Hello, Pisces, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of July 19th through the 25th. And during that time, we first have the waxing crescent moon for the first part of the week. And that's a time of heightened senses, a good time for us to execute the things that we've just started during the new moon, or at least be planning and taking those first steps and starting those things. We then move into the first quarter moon on the 22nd or 23rd, depending on where you are. And that's kind of our first disruptor of the cycle. So you might feel a little impulsive, impatient. Your mind might be active. It's just hard to get anything done. So, either see that as a way to kind of have a little bit more of an easy day to know that that's coming about, or as a time when you need to learn how to be in control of those impulses and kind of overtake them. Just know that it's an energy that comes about and you can do whatever you want with it. So we then move into the waxing gibbous energy. So as that moon starts to gain strength and get bigger and light, it allows for a deeper understanding and outlook, but also is a time for us to act on our intuition and our introspection. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Pisces. So as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is a new start is coming. All right, let's see what you guys have going on for the week. Got a new start coming, and that's usually a good sign, right? New energies changing. Life is ever changing anyway. So let's see what your new start is going to be about. As I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder for you, Pisces, is that you keep a spiritual journal. So often there are things that we're learning that we just forget about. And it's good to write those things down, have them in a journal just for future reference. And this could be things like synchronicities, dreams that you're having, different things that you're learning, spiritual things that you're trying to apply in your life and how that's going, keeping track of those things. But that is just my fun weekly reminder for you this week. All right, let's get into this reading without further ado. Pisces, July 19th through the 25th, a new start is coming. Your overall energy right now is a little bit of anxiety with this Nine of Swords. So if a new start is coming, it looks like you need it. Looks like maybe you've had some sleepless nights, some stressful things going on, and you're ready for a new start. So this can be exhausting. Make sure you're trying to get some sleep. Do what you can, even if you have stressors and things going on in your life. You just have to try to make sure that you're getting the rest that you need. Your current situation right here with another nine is the Nine of Wands. So you're definitely looking back on something in your past, and it is stressing you. So let's just take a deep breath, try to get through it. Also, look up angel number 99. There could be some reason why you're going through this, stressful time right now and kind of looking back on things. There's always some reason, right? There's some reason why we go through things. We're going to learn them and put them to future use for some reason. At the root of your situation is the Page of Cups. So the root of this, it looks like you are just trying to keep your wits and your sense of humor about you, even though this does seem to be stressful. You're trying to laugh some things off too, and that's the best way. That's what, sometimes humor is the way to do it. So if you are feeling stressed and feeling like you're kind of ruminating on past things and looking back and like your mind won't stop, maybe laughter is the way to alleviate that a little bit. So best thing to do, find some comedians, maybe on YouTube, Netflix, that sort of thing. Laugh, watch a comedian, get your sense of humor back, distract your mind a little bit from having to work so hard to think about that it's stressing you out. So just laughter is the best medicine. I think that was Norman Vincent Peale said that years ago, and it really is. It's just it literally creates endorphins, different chemicals in your body than worry and stress. So get some laughter. Go to a comedy club, even if you need to. Go in person. It doesn't even matter if it's a big name comic that you know or not. I guarantee you those people are good at their jobs and they're really good at making you laugh. So laugh a little bit. In your recent past here, you're this is our card of this Seven of Swords is about theft, hidden agenda, cunning, craftiness. So the other stuff that you are dealing with, and it's things that are stressing you out. So you're going to have to get some laughter in there because And I almost, again, if you're looking back at the past, yeah, you're thinking about these things. It's like you can't get over that these things are happening or going on. So, again, I know it's stressful, the way to deal with it. A new start is coming. You're going to have to kind of see that new start on the horizon and learn how to put some of these things to bed. And again, laughter might be a way for you to do that. What is on your mind this week? Page of Pentacles. So lots of new things for you. Here we go with the Page of Pentacles, which is the new path just in the material. And maybe if you're feeling a little bit stuck and ruminating, put on a comedy thing and rearrange your room, right? So, sometimes just changing your physical space a little bit could be good. This could also be some retail therapy, but it's something new. It's some new path in the material. It's something that you love. So, and it could just be, I don't know, a new blanket that you get, a new something, some new something that you get to use every day, and sometimes that's okay too. Laughter, retail therapy, whatever it is that you're trying to take your mind off. But also remember that this you're going through whatever this rough time is something for your future. You're going to look back someday and you're going to be like, thank God I know this. Thank God I went through this because I was better able to handle some other situation in my life. What is just ahead of you this week is the Knight of Pentacles. So there's some of that activity on the, money, financial, material front, some action that you're going to take. Again, sometimes just repainting something in your house, paint a room, redo a room, rethink it, is that that's the, sometimes just changing your material space, maybe something outside that you add. Um, anyway, something that just kind of takes your minds off things. That's something that makes your life a little bit better. And that's okay if you're going through it. To do something like that, just sometimes it's the small things that do add up to make things better. In your advice position here, is the devil card. So what you need to do is be very, very careful about the things that this card represents because it's in your advice position. It's almost asking you to really face you need to face the devil, right? And this could be your own self-doubt. This could be your own insecurities, your own fears, your own lack of confidence. This could also be some sort of dependency that you need to stare down and take care of and look at if you're using that as a distraction instead of those other more natural things like humor, like changing your environment, those things that are kind of healthy. If you're using some sort of chemical to kind of deal with things, then maybe that's something that does need to be looked at. But the devil in your advice position does say that you just kind of need to face that adversary, whatever that might be in your own life. Face it and work with it and get over it, right? Get it fixed, whatever it might be. All right, in your what is beyond your control this week is the Six of Pentacles, which is about give and take. So this could be some exchange of give and take. It could be that you need to give of yourself. It could be that you need to give of money. I feel like sometimes when we're in the mix of something, doing nice things for other people does make you feel better. It's better than relying on something negative to do that. So look at all the options that you have the option of humor, the option of kind of retail therapy or changing something in your material world, the option of giving to someone else so that it comes back to you. It always does, whether you want it to or not, and that's not the reason to do it, but it does. um, so giving to someone who's less fortunate in some manner, whether it be monetary or just of your time. But these are very positive ways in which to deal with any kind of adversity or stress that you're dealing with too, is to kind of get out of yourself and do other things for others as well. What is your secret desire or what are you trying to avoid? Well, the Six of Swords there, and now I'm stalled because we have two sixes here on the table. So look up angel number 66. Six of Swords is about really moving calmly into the future. And if a new start is coming, here is where you grab onto it. It's thinking in different ways that calmly move you in. What is it that you want to get rid of in your life? What do you want to add to your life so that you can calmly move into the future and get rid of this anxiety and this rumination about looking back. So we need to be looking forward, and it's just developing new habits. Maybe you watch a comedian every night for a week, just to get in that laughter space before you go to bed, just to change your chemicals, just you make that change again so that you can sleep better. Maybe it's again a new blanket, new set of sheets, something like that. Just makes you want to get in bed and want to fall asleep, and you're so comfy. But this is either your secret desire is to kind of move past all of this with new thoughts, new ideas, or you're trying to avoid that. So you do need to ask yourself that question. But do look up angel number 66. In your outcome card is the 10 of swords. So you're done. You need to be done. The outcome is that you are done thinking about this. Whatever this is stressing you out, you are done with it. You're mentally done with it. So I think, if a new start is coming, here is the ending that brings that new start, that gives you that space to go into that new start. So I do like that. That's positive. It looks like you are dealing with a lot right now. Even if it's just internally. I mean, I don't even feel like it's other people. It's just internal things. I mean, there are some other people here in your reading, but I feel like it's internally that you're dealing with these things, but you do need to be just mentally done because it's kicking your butt, and you need to find other avenues and ways of dealing with it. What's hidden from you here at the bottom of the deck? 4 of Pentacles, which is about just kind of material stability, and maybe these things add to your material stability. And it's kind of hidden from you. It's just not really on your mind this week. It's not prevalent. You're thinking about other things, and I can always feel the distraction. This looking back, it's very distracting, and it's very ruminating, and you need to, if that's something that you've been doing, you need to go research a little bit about rumination, because it is such a distraction. It takes up so much time, and I've been there, and it's almost like you're trying to move forward, and all of a sudden, bam, all of a sudden those thoughts are just swirling inside your head again. And there are ways to stop it. There's methods. So just, if that's happening to you, make sure you look that up and figure out ways and methods to make it stop. All right, let's get you a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Pisces: ask with sincerity. And even if that's ask the universe with sincerity about, what are different ways? Show me the different ways to get through this stress and anxiety and this rumination. I want to be done with it. I mean, you obviously want to, and that is your end result there. But if you ask the universe, say, hey, what are different things I can do? What are more positive ways of me, how can I manage this? Whatever this anxiety and this looking back is, how can I manage it so that I can move forward calmly into my future? And let the universe show you some ways, and just kind of pay attention, because they're out there. The universe will be like, well, here's 10 different ways, but you do have to be alert and awake to those signs. So, all right, what do you need to do in the way of self-care, Pisces? Self-care for Pisces this week. And the card that you get is the card called Focus. And it says on here, my absolute yes list. If you focus on what you don't want, there's a good chance you might get it. Focus on what you do want instead. And whatever way that you need to do this, again, rumination is the killer of focus, because it's taking your mind somewhere. It's like a negative thing that's just repeating, repeating, repeating. And you have to retrain. You have to kind of retrain yourself to focus on the positive. So if that takes, I know for me, I use little Post-it notes. I write things. I have a list of things. When I first wake up in the morning, the first thing I see is like 5 or 6 notes that I've written for myself, that are just positive. It's just a good way to wake up in the morning, and it's your first thought. If you see these little positive signs, whatever affirmations or things that are going to help you. So, either put them somewhere where you see them when you first wake up in the morning, or on your mirror when you're getting ready, or in your car on your way to work, whatever, put little affirmations and little positive things that get your mind into a more positive space. It just takes retraining. It might take a week or two, but you can retrain yourself to do that. So, Pisces, I want to wish you the best of luck with this. I hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life this week. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below and let me know, what's going on with you. Or if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer those as well. But let me know what resonated. Also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe is really helpful to me. So thank you so much in advance for doing that. I do appreciate your time. And again, I hope this is helpful to you. So thanks so much for being here. Good luck, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.